Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another week of the NFL Pregame Report. This is your man, Cool McCain. I'm joined over here by Mr. TJ, who is if I remember correctly, Steelers fan.
Yes.
Absolutely. So right now you're getting your Philadelphia connection. Perhaps some of our other uh, people will be showing up, but hey, it's time to start giving you that pregame report while it's still a pregame report. So, good people, a lot of different things that we have scheduled to talk to you about. One of the things, of course, I think would be a great starting point, TJ. Um, Last week, right? We had a lot of shocking, maybe performances, shocking wins, losses, a couple of those. We had some injuries happen between that and Thursday, so we'll kind of get into all those things. I think a great place to start is TJ. Was there anything that happened last week that shocked you, or maybe just kind of caught your eye?
Uh, I'll say shocked. Probably Sam Darnold's performance and efficiency for the Vikings. Me personally, hey, you know what? I'll own it. I picked the Giants. I did not see that coming at all. I thought it was going to be a much closer game than it was, and I thought it was really going to come down to the battle of which quarterback doesn't make the biggest mistake, between him and Daniel Jones. So that definitely surprised me. Not surprising, but unfortunate, the combination of some early QB injuries like Jordan Love and Tua, unfortunately, getting another concussion. But those for me would be kind of the biggest moments from week one for me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Sam Darnold and the Vikings. I'd also say the Patriots actually winning the game. I mean, as a lot of people have said, the putrid Patriots actually got a victory. And not a knock, right? Just being honest. I thought that was a little bit of a surprise. Something else that shocked me on the other side was I expected Kirk Cousins on a 1 o'clock game at home to be a little bit better, right? I mean, I guess the first game he hasn't played a lot, had injury, so then the controversy with Michael Penix Jr. being drafted there, which also was a shock to me in the offseason. But I felt like we could get a little bit more out of Kirk Cousins. He does play my Eagles on Monday night, but I do expect him to snap back a little bit. Not necessarily win a game, but statistically, he's always been really good on statistics. He gets the ball in the field. He's got better weapons, I think, overall, because he has a high quality tight end, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. So younger weapons, maybe not better, but younger, more explosive weapons. Maybe I should say it that way. So kind of expected a little bit more out of him, but I'll tell you a couple of things that didn't surprise me, TJ. How bad Caleb Williams looked did not surprise me. How bad Bo Nix looked did not surprise me. 4 turnovers or 3 turnovers and another fumble from Jalen Hurts, that did surprise me a little bit because I thought we kind of cleaned that up with what happened in the offseason. Granted, you can argue the second interception was more like A.J. Brown slipped on the hard field than anything else. But at the end of the day, it still was, a bad performance. And good people, we are joined by our own Skip Bayless.
You know what I do? What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy 303 Bandwagon, Mr. Cedric Green. What's up, TJ?
What's going on, man? How's it going? 4:30, man.
Oh man, I'm waiting for it. We're gonna see.
At a great time, sir. You hopped in as soon as we were talking about disappointments and non-disappointments from week one. So as I told you before the season started, Bo Nix is going to suck for a while.
Oh yeah,
and Bo Nix sucked in week one. I know you have them. I know you picked them to win a division in preseason. I 1,000% believe that was all just a homer and you being a fan of the Broncos. So I'm not going to really hold you for, a homer pick. But realistically, I don't think that you can look at me and TJ in the eyes and the people watching and say, I stand on business with you. I just don't believe that you can do that. So.
Well, I mean, you're right. But at the same time, too, though, I don't think it was just the rookie quarterbacks that were disappointing this week, too. I mean, you had some vets, some MVP quarterbacks, not living up to their potential as well. It was week 1, but at the same time, it did not look as good as it could have looked. And there may be a lot more things to fix, but I don't know. I give it to like the 3rd week to see how it goes realistically. I think this will be a good game to kind of measure and see where they are because they're a little similar on both sides of the ball as far as having like new components. So it'll be interesting to see where what happens today against the Steelers. And
we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into that. We staying on track today. We're gonna get into that, but not yet.
All right. Well, no, but back to no, seriously. But you don't want to see any quarterback go out and throw 43, 45 times. So and not even get over 200 yards. So you can't say it was a missile. It was not good. There was nothing great about it. So I mean, I don't know if it changes my outlook though. Like I said, I mean, we shall see. I guess, to answer your question, I don't think they'll win the division, but I don't think they'll be too far off either. It's not necessarily. It's a very top end division. You know what I mean? The bottom is kind of loaded with us 3, and then you got Kansas City. So
fair enough. The Teal Roos podcast says great content, guys. Appreciate that, Teal Roos. Thanks for checking us out, riding with us, dropping a comment. All right. So, any positive surprises for you in week 1? Said, and TJ will hop over to you afterwards.
Positive surprises in week 1. I mean, hey, the Patriots got to win, right?
Yes, it was a shocking surprise.
I
was watching the game. After the game, I'm looking at the screen like,
right, exactly. I think it was kind of hard to see after everything that happened last week. I mean, even like leading up into this week, all the injuries we've seen leading up. So it's been a lot of somber and sadness for a lot of people and their picks and their players and and their favorite teams. But I mean, a couple positives. Like I said, the Patriots got to win. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest, but I mean, it came out. And then I thought Malik Neighbors looked good. Justin Jefferson's quarterback proof.
Yeah, we definitely were surprised about Sammy Darnold and what he did. TJ, what you got, man? Any positive surprises from week 1 for you?
I know they were only against the Panthers, but the Saints, man, they really, really bought it. You assume that that they should win. I mean, no offense to the Panthers, but I mean, basically
all offense to the Panthers. Worst team in the NFL. All offense to them, sir. You don't have to sugarcoat it. We all know that they are really, really bad, and they have been for years.
They may be the first team to potentially go 0-17. Let's just put it that way. So, but flat out though, the way that they just manhandled them from start to finish. Derek Carr looked good. The offense was humming. That was definitely a big positive surprise. Another one for me, a little bit of a homer pick, but just how dominant the Steelers defense was. I did not expect them to make Kirk Cousins look like that. You can say, he's coming off an injury, he's with a new team, but you know what, man, it's about time that Kirk Cousins gets some respect to his name because he is a great quarterback. And for him to look like that, that made me excited personally as a Steelers fan, but his performance definitely a little bit of a shocker. But on the good side, it would definitely be the Saints performance and the Cowboys too. They brought it to the Browns, an off season where they said we're going all in, but didn't really do anything. And they come out and they just blow the doors off of Cleveland. So that was definitely another one that surprised me in a good way.
Oh, can I add on?
Go ahead. Last one, sir. Let's go.
Kickers, man. There was some spectacular kickers in week 1. I mean, Aubrey leading the way for the Cowboys. I think Green Bay's kicker. I have to get the name. I don't have it written down, but there was like 2 or 3 other kickers. I think that were.
You talking about kickers?
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm looking from fantasy. They had like they had over. They had over like 16 points. As a kicker. I saw games won because of kickers with like 22, 23 points. So Brent Aubrey or whatever Dallas's kicker name is in specific.
Chris Boswell.
I think he was one up there.
Yeah, it was some good performances. Definitely kickers are important.
Kickers.
Yeah, I'm joking when I say they're not. Like kickers are really important. Seriously, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't take me too seriously all the time. But kickers. I mean, a lot of times they do win games, right? Because a missed field goal here or there, that could
Oh
be the
man.
difference between a dub and an L real quick. So
I saw Buffalo miss that kick after right at kind of shortly after Tua went down. And I just knew the
well,
rest
I
of the game
mean,
was gonna
that
be
didn't even
trash.
matter because they was like
Yeah.
without Tua,
The game was over. It
there
was
was
like,
no
yeah, they don't even
possibility of
care.
them, winning. So it didn't even really matter. It's like you could have put a wide receiver out there to kick that field goal by then. But we'll go ahead and move on here, guys. So we'll preview. Um, well, we'll review the Thursday night game, of course, because that did happen. Um, you bring up one of the most important points from the game, which is Tua getting injured.
Mhm.
So the question, of course, got to ask everybody: question, Thursday night game. Should Tua sit out the season, retire, or should he play, in you guys' opinion, when he's healthy enough to play, when he passes the concussion protocol?
Man, I feel like I got hit once in Pop Warner and I ain't played football since. Nah. Woo, that's a lot, man. That's big because. All right, sorry, TJ, you go ahead. I'm quick.
I mean,
Man, I feel for him, but 3 now properly diagnosed. I mean, probably more like 5 or 6 total that weren't diagnosed. That's a lot to go through. He's only 26, 27 years old. I mean, I can definitely see why he would want to keep playing. He's, I mean, these guys, they it's not like they just got to the college or the NFL level. These guys have been playing since they were basically old enough to like run. So, for him, it's his whole life. He's finally here. And then after a few years, this, I could definitely see him wanting to play, but I would personally urge him to sit out some time. Definitely don't rush back and really evaluate things. Because, we're not talking, you know, playing another 5 or 6 years and then retiring anyway, and it's all good. Concussions have, it's been found now, especially in recent years, last 15, 20 years of research, it definitely concussions affect you as you age. And, he really has to see what kind of value he wants his life to have in the future. It's like Coach McDaniel said to him, you're not just the starting quarterback of the Dolphins, you're the starting quarterback of your family at home. So I think he has a really serious and difficult decision to make. But, luckily for him, though, the players going to coaching is suddenly on a rise. So just because his playing career may be over, depending on what decision he has about concussions, he can still be a coach. He can still continue to live football. He just in a different role. That would be what I would urge him to do personally.
definitely. So we're gonna welcome in our Patriots fan here, Bobby with the Patriots jersey on. They win one game and now he's got the jersey on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, hey, about to be 2-0. So watch it.
man, it's not about to happen. Now you're getting reckless.
Well, we
y'all
talking
had your
about
Super Bowl week
we,
one.
we talking about the Tua situation.
We are talking actually about the game, but with the focus on the Tua situation, because let's be honest, the game was not that impressive.
Now, he should retire. He should retire. There's you saw how he got whacked in that. The same thing. When your body has a reaction like that to a concussion, no. Just hang him up. There's more to life. There's more to life than football.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, he's
especially.
he should just hang him up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially when you've been frozen on screen twice in the past year.
Yeah, when your body has that kind of a reaction, when you get a concussion that bad,
mm-hmm.
it's no, like you were saying, like you can You could still be in the game of football and not play it. You could still do other things if you want to. Yeah, no, it's just no. He should 1,000,000% hang him up and call it a career. The kid, you're gonna. What are you gonna do? Have a situation like Wes Welker, where what did he have? 6, 7 concussions in 5 years, 8 like 6 years. No, no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Especially when you got that kind of money, right? He has, cash out that insurance policy. Go chill. Go coach.
And he's still got all the endorsement. You still got all the endorsement deals. You're still going to be pulling in money from endorsements. You can still do that. You can still get all that kind of stuff. Like there's other ways you can make money and go be a commentator for Alabama.
Exactly.
Even if go back down to Alabama. The teams that Tua and Mac and those guys were on were legendary. Like go down there. You could go down there and get a job at that football program in a minute. They would let you in a minute. Just there's every time he takes the field, if he's going to play from now on, every time he takes the field, he's put his life in his own hands. You're done.
I completely disagree.
That's true.
Troy Aikman's had more concussions than him in a smaller amount of time. Let's not forget. We're talking like he had any concussions last year. He had no concussions last year. He played the whole season with no issues. So let's not forget that. Number 2, we talk about endorsements, off the field stuff. Why does he have those things? Because he's an NFL quarterback, not because they give a rat's butt about Tua Tagovailoa the person. They
do now, though.
Quarterback.
They do now,
they care about the quarterback. The sponsors don't care if he retires because he's hurt. If he's not in the league, he's not relevant. They're not going to continue to give him money. Why would they do that? They might as well. That's the same thing as them saying, "Oh, cool, McCain, you do a couple of podcasts. I like you. You're not that relevant, but it doesn't matter because I like you, so I'm going to give you money." No, they're going to go find someone else who's playing.
I get it, but you gotta look at your own. You gotta look at your own health, though. That's
right. But here's the thing: football players are gladiators. We're in this soft football player space now. Let's keep it real for 2 seconds.
Oh, 100%. It wasn't like it was back in the early 2000s.
So now we're like, he's had 3 concussions in 2 seasons and he should retire. Troy Aikman had 6 or 7 in 3 years and was still out there playing. The only reason he retired is because they basically told him, we're not going to ever clear you to play football again. Mm-hmm. If they clear this man, he's going to come back and he's going to play football. Number 1, because if they clear him, all that 146 million or 43 million, whatever it is he's still guaranteed to make. If they clear him to play and he doesn't play, he doesn't get that money. Now they could work out a settlement where he gets part of it. Because if they clear him, he doesn't get that money. He's gonna get cleared because he's only had this concussion this year and no concussions last year. So he's gonna get cleared. Now I don't know if that's gonna be 10 days for him to play the next game or by the game after that. He's gonna get cleared. And people are going to say,
the team doctors will definitely clear him. But should he retire? 100%. He should step off.
I don't think he should retire. I think he should understand his limitations. So let's go back and look at the play. Let's talk about the play real quick. He runs, and instead of diving or getting down, he slams his head into DeMar Hamlin's chest plate. That's how he got a concussion, and he hurt his leg. Because if you notice, he was limping off because he also hurt his leg.
You know who surprises me that plays just like him that hasn't had a concussion yet, or is Josh Allen. I'm surprised he hasn't taken any concussions because he plays the same way. He lowers his shoulder, but he's also built bigger than Tua.
He's about 6'4". He's nowhere near the same.
He's also built bigger, but he does play that same style. He's not afraid
to learn how
shoulder
to
down.
Get down. He can't put his shoulder down. He's got to slide. Go work with the Miami Marlins and learn how to slide.
Yeah, right. You got all that money.
He needs to do. He needs to learn
all
how
this
to
money.
slide.
Learn how to. Yep.
That's the problem. The problem is he doesn't know how to slide. He's running and diving head first. As a quarterback, you got to be able to dive legs first. So then you had the group of people that was like, Tua should have had on one of those big extra helmets and a neck collar thing.
I tell you one thing: if I was a coach, he would infuriate me. I'd be yelling at him. I'd be yelling at him to slide every time he took off. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
You can't slide. Why are you taking off? Just take the hit and go down. I mean, if you're not a running quarterback, just take the hit and go down and throw the ball.
Especially if you don't have to run. He already had the first down. There was no need to get those extra yards.
He didn't have to dive his head. He could have just crumbled at the first down marker.
Could have just fell. Literally could have fell over.
Like you look at pocket guys. You look at pure pocket passers, right? Some of the best out there. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of these pocket passer guys, Brady, Manning. What did they when they felt pressure, they would just eat the ball and go down, protect themselves and go down. They did everything they could to avoid, because they understood it best. If I'm not on the field, we're screwed. We're screwed.
And the thing is, that's what Tua has to learn. He's not going to retire. I don't think he should, but I think he should learn how to protect himself, because I think if he gets another concussion within the next couple of weeks of him coming back, that's when you really need to at least sit out for the rest of the year. Right.
Oh, if he takes another hit like he did, let's say
but the thing is, Bobby, it wasn't even a big hit. Like that, it wasn't even really a big hit. He slammed himself into DeMar Hamlin's chest.
Yeah,
DeMar Hamlin didn't hit him.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hit. It was him trying to, I guess, show that he was going to get some extra yards and try to run through somebody.
But everybody likes to make fun of Brady and Manning, how they would just get into that fetal position and turtle. But look at, what did they make it? 19 and 21 years in the league.
I never made fun of him for getting in the position. I made fun of Brady.
No, but everybody likes to crap on. Everybody likes to crap on them that they weren't mobile and they weren't But
they understood
as a quarterback, your job as a quarterback, your job is more cerebral than anyone
knows who they are. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between I'm a guy that knows I'm not mobile, so I know in these situations what I need to do, and a guy that thinks he's mobile and he's not. Tua thinks he's mobile and he's not. So he's got to learn how to slide. He's got to learn how to throw the ball away. Sometimes to protect yourself, it's okay to just go down. That's the thing about Tua specifically. But I don't think he's going to retire because he wants that money and he knows he's going to get cleared. And he's already said he's not going to retire.
He's also got to realize he's not 6'4", 220, 230, 240. He's not built like Josh Allen. He's not built like,
If he doesn't realize that already, man, that's a problem.
Built like that, so that you can't do the things that they do.
So Sam is watching, and Sam says, I love seeing DeMar Hamlin wishing Tua the best on socials after the fact. Very true. And then Sam also said it was a self-sack.
If you watch the play too, DeMar knew that he was immediately going like this after Tua hit him. He knew that Tua had messed up.
Yeah, Tua put himself in that position.
Hamlin was the first guy on the field going like this, calling for trainers.
But as far as the game itself, the only thing I'm really say about the game is that it's very simple. Buffalo starts out well every game this season, right? They start out well in their games. Miami's normally the comeback team. So end of the game, they're coming back. They're making plays. Tua's having a great end of the game. Can't have a great end of the game if you're in concussion protocol. And I also wonder how did they determine it was a concussion so fast? Because normally it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Within 6 minutes of him leaving the field, they already had said he had a concussion. And you think about how long it took him to walk to the back because he was limping because he also hurt his leg. So, just something to think about.
Up pretty good after the fact.
Yeah, just something to think about.
I kind of have a quick side thought on this.
Sure.
Because of the whole Tua thing, do you see maybe the NFL, now that the Guardian Cap's here, them saying that players that get concussions to come back and play for the remainder of the season should have to required to wear a Guardian Cap? Does anyone see that maybe happening with the NFL?
They will. I don't know if they'll do something that extreme, but they'll put a memo out or they'll put something out being like, you need to watch, it's going to be one of those, you need to watch your players and, just a bunch of, corporate cover your ass stuff where it's like, basically they'll put something. They will definitely do that though.
Guys playing. I think they definitely affect guys playing. That's why they don't wear them. You can't run as fast with this big cushion helmet on, right? You can't turn your head like you want. You can't see everything because there's extra weight on there.
But
So
I
I think a
will
lot
say
of
this
guys
to
don't
Cool's
like that.
point, though. To Cool's point, look at these kids that are these kids that are in the NFL. Like you were saying, dude, they knew what they signed up. Like they've been gladiators since they were what, 8, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
Like they've been training for that their whole life. Like they, going through these Division I high end colleges. They knew
Or even the Division II or
they
whatever.
knew
They're
what
not
they were
worried about
signing up for. That this could be the possibility that something like this could happen. They knew it. They're it's kind of the risk you take for the massive reward that it is. I mean,
Man,
for
for
the
a while, if we're gonna
dollars
take everything
you
away, and we're so scared about people getting hurt from a game people have been getting hurt for over 50 years, let's just start playing flag football. Put some flags on them.
I get it.
Start playing flag football.
Get ready for the
And you
Olympics.
still have ACL tears. They just still moving, jumping, and juking. So you're still gonna have those, but it probably help with concussions. Since there would be no contact. But I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna play in a contact sport, these type of things are gonna happen. It's unfortunate what happens to the same guys, but if you don't learn the lesson, just like anything else in life, if you don't learn a lesson, you're gonna keep, it's gonna keep happening to you. And I think that's the unfortunate part. But again,
No, but like I totally agree with you, dude. He's got to learn how to protect himself, and Mike McDaniel has to make that a point to him, dude. You can't help us if you're off the field. Get your ass on the ground, slide. No more. Who
Mike
cares
McDaniel's
about
worried.
that extra 1.5 yards?
Doesn't
Who
make
cares?
Mike
If it takes you out of the game, we're screwed.
All right, guys. So we're gonna flip it a little different this week. We got a couple of games we're gonna highlight, and then we'll go through the rest of the games and just give our picks.
Cool.
All right. So the highlight games. The first one is going to be the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. So the reason why I think this is a good highlight game is what TJ was talking about earlier, right? We saw this team, we saw them go out, we saw them kind of do their thing and have a really good week. But it was against the worst team in the NFL, in my opinion.
Who, the Cowboys?
So now you're traveling to Dallas if you're the Saints. Talking about the Saints, sir.
I know.
Saints play
So
the Panthers.
I don't
Worst team
trust
in
the
NFL.
Cowboys at
No.
all.
Okay.
Go ahead. Cool. I'm good.
So you're
Go ahead. Oh, you're good.
So you're going with the Saints?
No, I think this is a huge trap game. And I think the Cowboys could go into that feeling real good after that first week. But it's like you beat a Browns team that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns offense was led by Deshaun Watson, who clearly doesn't want to play football anymore. And
I completely disagree with that opinion. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know what you see. But I completely disagree with he doesn't want to play football. Like 1,000% disagree with that comment.
You don't
If you
really?
want to say he's not looking good playing, that's one thing. But to say he doesn't want to play,
he looked
that's asinine to me.
He looked mentally checked out then.
So attempting to make plays late in the game, like in the fourth quarter, he made a really great throw to Amari Cooper, who dropped the ball.
I'll give you that one.
Wide open. So a player that's checked
I don't know.
doesn't do
the
that.
Cleveland Browns are bad. They're a bad team.
The Cleveland Browns as a whole are not as good as they need to be. But again, it's week one. On the other hand, you're saying the Cowboys, they're going to be, feeling good about themselves because they beat the Cleveland team. The Saints beat the worst team in NFL. What was it, like 30-something to 0, 40-something? You don't think they're going to come in puffing their chest out?
They beat up on a bad Carolina team. They did.
A horrible Carolina team.
Yeah.
So my thing is, both teams are coming off of games where it's like, all right, whatever. But I think for the Saints, you're going to Dallas where Dallas hasn't lost in like 2 years.
Oh, no. Cowboys are going to win that game.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to win the game. That's the thing. So we agree on the Cowboys. Yeah. TJ, who you got?
The Cowboys. I don't see them losing, especially at home to the Saints. They both had blowout wins, both against teams that no one's really worried about, like we've talked about. But the Cowboys aren't losing this game. No way.
Not a chance.
Say it.
I don't know, man.
Right, here we go.
I mean, I'm just saying, they both did play, bad teams, but the Saints did what they needed to do. I guess the Cowboys did what they needed to do too. Definitely did what they needed to do. I just don't care for the Cowboys. I know couch coaching here. So I can say that, right?
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the Saints beat the Cowboys. Love it.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it may not happen, but I don't know, man. You know, momentum is a hell of a thing. You know, Derek Carr was humming. He's been humming since the end of last season too. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good game. I see why you highlighted it though. I want to watch this one.
Dallas defense looked really good in week 1. You know that. I mean, we got to at least say, and I'm not a fan of Dallas at all. Dallas and the Patriots. I hate everybody, but Dallas and the Patriots have a special hate level.
Dude, even Patriot fans were surprised that they won that game.
Well, hold on. I want to say New Orleans beat Dallas 24-17 in 2009. So
that's great.
I'm just saying it can happen.
I mean, I could grow 6 inches taller and become a millionaire tomorrow. The likelihood of that is low, but it could happen.
Exactly. Anything is possible. So I'm with the Saints.
What's the what's the spread on that game?
The spread is
a touchdown.
Not
6.5.
Is it? Oh, is it a touchdown? I might have the right mind to take the Saints on the spread. I think the Saints could. I think.
All right, so Michael Crawford says
Dallas has a lot. Dallas has a lot to prove this year because of Dallas.
Let's look at this correctly. Dallas has nothing to prove in the regular season. Dallas is always
no. Listen, they're paying Dak all this money, right? They just gave Dak this massive. Every week they're going to be in the spotlight because of that.
Nobody expects Dak to be any more than he's been in the regular season. They don't have anything to prove in the regular season because they've been good in the regular season. They have to prove it when you get in the playoffs, where they don't prove it.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying that
they're good.
In my opinion, that was the stupidest contract in football.
I mean, I love it for Dallas.
That's the kind of contract that a multiple time Super Bowl winning
not in today's quarterback market.
It's becoming the norm
15 years ago. Yep. So Michael Carpenter says Tua is a liability for the team. After this many concussions, it's obvious he doesn't really care to protect himself. I mean,
he better learn.
Yep. And then Damien says flag football is already an Olympic sport. Might as well make NFL flag football. That may be why it's an Olympic sport, Damien, to start transitioning everybody to flag football.
Nah, they'll probably go esports before flag.
Says who that Saints, who they Bengals.
Bengals are 0-1. Saints are 1-0. So.
All right, so we'll move on to our second highlight game here. So we have, sorry, y'all might, you know how the screen be flicking. The 49ers versus the Vikings. Similar to the last game, right? For me, similar to the last game. Vikings, Sam Darnold looked really good. The 49ers are one of the defenses that is traditionally really good. So we're going to see how Sam Darnold performs against them. I think that's an interesting challenge. For the 49ers, another game without Christian McCaffrey. And if you're
he officially ruled out?
He is on IR. If you are a 49ers
fan, they did put him on IR.
If you are a 49ers fan, this is what I want to say to you. When I told y'all I hate drafting Christian McCaffrey, and I was mad at the computer because they started the draft 30 minutes early, and I had the number 1 pick, and I ended up getting Christian McCaffrey. This is why. This guy does not play a full season. Even last year he missed games. So I hate having the number 1 pick that I can't depend on to be there for all 17 games. So I'm already losing 5 games and getting nothing out of this dude. And I couldn't get his backup because my waiver was too low because I had the number 1 pick.
Who's his backup?
So there's that.
Yeah, who is the backup to McCaffrey?
The
Jordan Mason.
I missed the 49ers. Y'all know I don't.
Jordan Mason.
I know I don't too much care about other teams. Like, I know they're players, but I don't want to give them any shine. They're not Eagles.
What do you have?
But
how many yards do you have?
Said since you went last time, what are your thoughts on this game?
Woo! Sam Darnold could not beat. Sam Darnold couldn't beat the practice defense at the 49ers. to make it off a third string when he was there. So I don't foresee him coming in and just surprisingly dominating this defense. It's like in Waterboy, right? When the coach, he just couldn't get his plays right. He just saw, he was just terrorized by the coach on the other side. So I don't see Sam Darnold coming in again and dropping bombs over, it's not happening. I don't like going with the 49ers, but I got to go with the 49ers on this one. I think the Vikings was a fluke. I don't think they're real. I do think Justin Jefferson is quarterback proof, but he's one player. And even when he has a great quarterback, he wasn't winning.
They also played the Giants in week 1, who are probably going to be picking number 2 overall.
And I thought Malik Neighbors looked good. So that means I thought Danny Dimes had some good moments in that game. He did look good. Yeah, so
when the Giants are picking number 2 overall and they pick their quarterback of the future, it'll be fine because Malik Neighbor is going to have an actual quarterback that can throw to him. But
Shador? What?
No, you know who it's going to be? It's going to be I think it's going to be either Ewers or who's the other one there? I'm drawing a blank. It's going to be Ewers or
when can Arch Manning be drafted?
It could be J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. I mean, he'll be back next year, right? It'll be his rookie season again.
Next year,
Arizona did that.
Next year, Malik Neighbor is going to have a really good year because he's going to have an actual quarterback throwing to him.
Yeah, I think Shador will be gone by the time the Giants pick. I think they'll mess around and win a couple of games, and they'll shoot themselves out of the top 2-3 pick. So one Sam showing unrealistic love to another Sam. But before that, Kidder says, enjoying the live stream from Sam's Club. We appreciate that. Thank you. Absolutely. Sam says, Sam Darnold Pro Bowl season. That's one Sam showing unrealistic love to another Sam, but hey.
Sam, yeah, stay out there, man. I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that craziness.
I mean, the Vikings also have one of the worst. The Vikings have one of the worst offensive lines out there too. He's gonna that dude's gonna be living in the dirt.
So Damian says this game better end in a tie because I don't trust Purdy without CMC. So the guy that you shouldn't trust Purdy without is Trent Williams, but he's there because that's the guy that makes the difference. TJ, who you got?
49ers. I think it's going to be I'll say a hang around game for the Vikings. They're not going to totally flatline this week, but obviously going up against a much tougher defense against the 49ers this week. And, even with them not having Christian McCaffrey, obviously the system that they have in place doesn't just work for the quarterbacks. It also works for the running backs to go off too on the regular basis. So you can't go against the 49ers, man.
Yeah, they got some guy that's the backup. He'll play and he'll have over 100 and everything in this game too. That's just what they do. So I also am picking the 49ers. Bobby, quickly, who are you picking?
49ers. The 49ers. The defense of the Vikings has been their Achilles heel for a while now. The Niners should have no problem putting points up.
Yo, real quick.
All right, and in our last highlight game, and said I'll let you start this one out. Lions versus Bucs.
Yes, real quick on the last one. All you guys said Dallas, right? On the Dallas New Orleans game.
Dallas. Yep.
Yeah. TJ. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Lions Bucs. Oh man, hold on, man. I wanted to look at something this morning because I'd heard last night that there was some Lions receivers hurt to where they were thinking about calling up Tim Patrick. Maybe that was like yesterday morning or something. So I was looking at that, man. I wasn't able to get around to that. But I mean, St. Brown had 13 yards last week. Williamson outscored the whole team. Laporta had, I think, maybe 30 yards or something like that. Mayfield was on fire. The Bucs were on fire, right? I think the Lions were rolling too. So this is gonna be, gosh, man, these are some good games. These are some good games you highlighted this week. I think this is must watch.
Two of these were TJ, so I'm gonna give him credit where credit's due.
There we go, TJ. There we go. So I mean, oh man, this right here. I don't know who to go. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay, just because I'm from Florida. But I guess I am wearing Lions blue, so I'll go Lions. Change it back up.
So officially, we're going Lions.
Lions.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Just like the
TJ?
playoffs.
This game is honestly a game that I'm going to watch with the Steelers not playing until 4:30, just because I love both these teams. I love Baker Mayfield, and with Tampa, I don't like cocky quarterbacks, but you know what? I love the chip on his shoulder, especially with how Cleveland did him dirty a little bit. And Lions, man, I love Campbell. I love Goff. To me, it's a coin toss game. It should be a great game. I'm going to go with the Lions just because it's in Detroit, and that should give them the edge.
All right, Bobby.
I'm going to go with the Lions too. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a fun one. Lions by 6.
All right, so I'm going to go Lions. I'm not going to give you a score on this one, but I'm going to go Lions. I will say I think that the Lions are kind of on a mission to prove that they're not the same old Lions, because everybody always says Detroit, they play great in one game, and then the next season they suck. So this is motivation for them, right? We got far last year. We didn't get over the hump, but we got further. So the thing to do this year is build off of it. So I think Detroit is looking at every game like it's their Super Bowl. Like they had that mindset, like every game is important to us. There are no cupcakes on our schedule. There are no letdowns. There is no big games. Every game is equally important. That's a dangerous mindset for a team to have, because you can't get a lull all of them. And I think their coach is going to be great and instrumental in enforcing that for that team. I'd hate to be Tampa Bay this week. I think they'll still statistically put up a good game, right? Because the Lions employ a similar defense that a lot of teams use now, the bend don't break. Like, I'll give you some yards, but you're not going to get the big plays, and you're not going to get the easy touchdowns. So that's why I think
what a difference Dan Campbell made for that team, huh? Everybody doubt, they are building something there, dude.
What a difference Baker Mayfield made for the Bucs, right?
For the Bucs. No, that's another thing too. As soon as he got there, that team, as soon as Baker got there, it was, they play with a chip on their shoulder, dude. And it's kind of that F the world, like us versus the world mentality. But those teams that play like that are the Lions are the same thing. Those are the dangerous teams, dude. Those are teams that can come out of nowhere and come back and bite you if you're not careful.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to hit our lightning picks. So I know these are, for some people, there may be a game of importance in there, right? So if you want to throw a little extra word or two in there, if your team's included, that's fine. But let's try to get through these so we can get to our last topic and get up out of here for the week. All right. So we're going to start at 1 o'clock, Sunday, September 15th today, 1 p.m. We got the 0-1 Oakland Raiders at the 0-1 Ravens. Ravens all day for me.
Same.
Bobby?
Same. Ravens.
TJ?
Same. Ravens. Unfortunately.
Sid?
Man, Ravens about to smash. They better.
Yep.
All right.
Then next we have 1 p.m.
I'm gonna say this. That's the blowout game. The Ravens are going to steamroll Oakland.
All right. So next game, 1 p.m. Eastern time as well. We have the 1-0. I think they're LA Chargers now versus the worst team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers. I think I can speak for everybody and say the Chargers. But if anybody wants to say the Panthers, have at it.
I think the Chargers are going to charge.
Yeah.
The Panthers are going to get their one win of the season right here by a field goal.
I heard Harbaugh left some milk and cookies out for him after the game.
Well, the good news is we know the said is said Bayless. So when he says things like that, that means the other team has a great chance to win. So
where's it at?
It doesn't matter where it's at. The Panthers are going to be taking the field. So it's in Charlotte. But the Panthers are going to be taking the field.
So the Panthers are only going to win one game, but it's not going to be this one.
They'll be one of the games against one of the division rivals. They'll win one of those. That's the game.
Their division rivals are looking good,
Chargers by a million, dude. Chargers by a million. Fans going to be leaving that stadium at the half.
TJ, I assume you agree. They're not going to show up, actually. TJ, I'm sure you agree.
Oh, yeah, Chargers all the way.
All right. We talked about the next two games already, so we don't have to repeat those. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Indianapolis Colts at 0-1 travel to the 0-1 Green Bay Packers. This game is going to be picked off the fact that quarterback play matters, and where I'm not a big Anthony Richardson fan, he's shown me more than Malik Willis, who I believe is the starter for this week. Even though they did bring in another quarterback. So Malik Willis starting for your team, I cannot give you a win. So I'm going to have to go Colts on this one, even though it's in Green Bay. Frozen Tundras ain't the Frozen Tundras yet anyway. And TJ, what do you think?
Same exact thing that you just said. I'm going to go with the Colts just because out of the two, I can trust Anthony Richardson better. And they went toe-to-toe with the Texans last week. So
freaking crazy to say, but yeah. It's Bobby?
Same. I every point that you made is valid. I trust Richardson more than Willis, plain and simple. And that's what it's going to come down to. Who makes less mistakes? And I think Willis is going to have a tough go of it.
All right, Bobby, we're going to stay with you. Browns and Jags, 1 p.m.
Oh, you don't get my pick?
Wait, you didn't get said.
You didn't get my pick?
You said
I had some
already.
very valid points there, man. I was going to say Jordan Love is questionable. We still have
Jordan Love is doubtful. Jordan Love is doubtful.
It's not out.
He's not going to play.
There's no way.
Go look at him on fantasy. He's zeroed out, and he has a D. He's not going to play. He's just being a crybaby and trying to beg to play, and they're satiating him by making it a game time decision. He's not going to play.
Yeah, no, I'll go Colts.
If he steps a foot
said Bayless coming in hot.
Well, I got to go with Anthony Richardson.
Tears his leg up, then somebody's going to get fired in Green Bay, and that's what would happen. You can't play the week after that type of injury.
Yeah.
All right,
automatic fire.
We'll love this. All right.
What's the next game?
What's the next game?
We got the 0-1 Browns at the 0-1 Jaguars, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna go Browns on this. I think they're gonna turn it around.
No.
Give me Cleveland.
Oof.
The Browns. I'm taking the Browns.
Oof. I'm going Jags.
All right, say it, Bayless. What you got to say?
I mean, Jags, they held their own first half against Miami last week. It is the Jaguars. I mean, I don't know. I think Trevor Lawrence is a tie. It's going to be a tie. No, it could be very well. It could go either way. It could go either way, honestly. It's just whoever wakes up, I guess. Whoever has their Wheaties for breakfast.
I think Cleveland's defense is better than Jags. That's why I'm going with them.
Yeah, I think the defense. I think they'll run the ball more, and they'll make plays.
I think Jags have a better running back, Phil. But
that's true. The Jags running game is definitely better than Cleveland's. 100%.
I mean,
Cleveland's gonna have to run the ball this week without Njoku too, which was another big part of the week last week. Once they lost Njoku kind of early. There wasn't a lot there because somebody's got to be able to actually catch the ball when it's thrown to them.
See,
TJ, I think I heard you say you were picking the Jaguars. I just want to
they got their tight end, Evan Ingram's there, and their starting quarterback's ready to play. And they're starting.
Yeah, they're going to bounce back this week.
Everyone's there.
Are we?
Evan Ingram was number 2 or number 3 in the league in targets last year.
Yeah. That was last year.
I'm just saying.
We talk a lot about last year, but what about this year?
He has a lot of rapport with his quarterback.
And he has some very questionable hands at times, too.
Yeah.
That's why he's
Hey.
not with the Giants. The Giants was like, we'll holler at you because, I mean, we can go get somebody else to be that shaky with the hands. And when the Giants let you go, that's telling me something. I'm just going to put that out there. The Giants, put that out there. Not like, don't want to pay you, but just say, we don't even offer you nothing. We'll holler at you. All right, next game.
All right.
Bobby, let you go first on this one.
The Giants' suffering is all welcome here. They took 2 Super Bowls from me, so they could suffer all they want.
Oh, wham. You cheated and won enough anyway. All right, so we got the 1-0 Seahawks at the 1-0
I'll take
Patriots.
every one of them, even the tainted rings.
I know you will. Patriots, Seahawks, Patriots, who you got?
Both these teams should have losses, but they got wins.
Who you got there?
Somebody has to take a win. I want to go Patriots just because Jacoby Brissett, right? The prodigal son. You leave, you go off, you come
One
back.
leg Jacoby.
Huh?
One leg Jacoby.
Hey.
With the bad ankle.
Is he playing?
He is playing. He is. However, though, he is kind of. They are. I'm going to air quote this from the beat writers from the Patriots. Concerned about the ankle.
There you go.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're just gonna play him until it breaks.
So basically, it's probably a minor sprain that he's going to try and play through.
And then they got Drake May.
If you're reading between the lines,
don't they have 2? Didn't they draft 2 quarterbacks? Or no?
They did. They took the kid Joe Milton from Tennessee, and they have Drake May.
So it's all in their plan. They're like, all right, Jacoby could probably play like half a game. You know what I mean? Then we bring in our first quarterback. If he doesn't look good, we got Joe Milton to finish the year off. And if we don't look good, we'll just.
Well, you got to remember also, you have to remember if Joe Milton plays, because he's the third quarterback, he's an emergency quarterback. If the emergency quarterback plays, the other 2 guys can't go back in. And you're normally only going to play him if you have injuries to the first 2 guys.
Once Jacoby Brissett's out, he's not going back in. He's
not the backup. You're not listening to the rules.
There's a prop bet on I believe it's DraftKings. I think it's DraftKings, but there's a prop bet over under 5 games for Brissett before we see Drake May.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're already planning for Drake May to come in, and then if Drake May doesn't plan out, they're going to
Drake May comes in. They can't say, "Oh, you're not playing well, so we're going to try Joe Milton and then come back to you." If Drake May goes in and then goes out, and Joe Milton comes in, he has to play the rest of the game. Is the point I'm making to you?
I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the season. I'm not talking about this game. This game, yeah, whoever play will play. I'm talking about their season.
All right, TJ, who you got real quick, and then we'll go to Bobby.
Seahawks.
Sea chickens.
Bobby, who you got, Bobby?
Patriots, but it's going to be a closer game than people think. I think I think the Patriots' deficiencies just didn't go away. They still have a terrible offensive line. They still have Brissett, who's been a mid-level quarterback. If Seattle puts pressure on Brissett, it could get ugly. The deficiencies on the Pats didn't go anywhere. Wave the red, white, and blue pom poms for the first win and all. Yeah, 1-0, great. But their deficiencies on the field and on the team didn't go anywhere. So I think the Patriots will win again, but scoring 16 to 20 points a game is not going to win you. Not going to win against playoff caliber teams. It's just not. It's not enough.
So
but I do think they go 2-0.
If you have Zach Charbonnet, if you have DK Metcalf, if you have Mr. I didn't write home, they wrote me off, but I didn't write them back. Start them this week. They will be feasting on the Patriots. The Patriots will be losing this game. Seahawks will be 2-0. In my opinion, of course. That make it fact.
You better get ready for me to be a demon to you if we win this game. Just
if you're a demon to me if we win this game, you're gonna really be sad because you don't know.
This will be a true. This will be a true test of the defense too, because now they can they handle DK Metcalf? Can they handle the that was a Bengals team that was last week that was not ready. Like Seattle's got a pretty good offense. They can put points up. They're going to see how they can handle that.
If by some strange reason the football guys allow you to win this game and you come for me, make sure you bring your A+ stuff. Then I'll just stay to my C or lower because I'm really bad at that. I'm really, really bad at that. It's the area I tried to work on, and I realized I just am who I am. I don't give a monkeys.
No, but don't forget, right? The Patriots do play the Niners this season, right? You want to talk about exposing weak points and all that? Watch what happens when they play a Super Bowl caliber team. The Niners will run over them. Like I said, the issues that the Patriots have, the issues didn't go anywhere. Their offensive line is still bottom 5. Their receivers are still.
We know. We know.
Dude, I'm just being real. I'm just being realistic. Like you, everybody. They beat a Bengals team, right? They beat a Bengals team. They beat the Bengals team that clearly was not ready. They weren't in mid-season form.
We hate a good Patriots team. We just don't care about this Patriots team.
We still hate it. We still hate what they did.
No, Cedric,
we enjoy watching them do
but
this.
see, like that's a valid point. Like, is anybody?
Right, because Bobby will be here talk about the Patriots for 30 minutes.
Ced's right though, right? He's right.
We're gonna go to the chat.
Right? There's nobody on this team to be afraid of. That's the thing.
Say that for Beantown Breakdown, sir. Damian Hernandez.
Raiders suck.
Here's the Raiders.
Damian said all that good stuff.
Andrews talking about the Ravens. Yes, they better. She's my daddy because he hurt me in fantasy last week. Damian says Chargers by 70. He might be right, bro. He might be right.
See,
Damian also picks the Colts.
Yeah,
he picks a tie.
What do we got?
Pats are going to go 1-16.
Pats going 1-16.
That's a little reckless. They'll win a couple of games. They're not as bad as the Panthers. They're not that
do they play the Panthers?
That's a little reckless.
The Patriots, right? The Pats do not play the Panthers now.
Oh, that was a win for somebody. Hopefully the Broncos play one of those.
The Patriots are going to pick top 5 though. Again, they will.
We'll see. It's a couple of teams that want to push them out.
I put them at 5 wins.
That might be enough to be out of the top 5.
Some really bad 5 wins with this NFL.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
you got to fight for the bottom.
0-1. Yeah, the Jets 0-1 and the Titans 0-1. TJ, we're gonna start with you. Who you got?
Ooh, Jets.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going Jets too. Aaron Rodgers, Will Levis.
No Will Levis fans? Bobby, you got faith in Levis, right? Did he take Jacoby spot or no? I'm going Jets.
Yeah, I have.
I'm not watching this game. I can tell you that.
I think the Titans are going to be terrible this year. I'm going with the Jets.
I agree.
So many bad teams.
So, probably the most competitive game of this week is going to be the next game. The 0-1 Giants and the 0-1 Commanders. And I say that because I think they're right at this point. They're at a similar level.
Yeah.
I think one's going to grow, one's not. Sid, go ahead and start. Just go around real quick.
No, I agree with you there. I think they are at the same level. The only difference is that the Commanders are at the beginning of their level and the Giants are kind of just where they are. So I have more faith in the Commanders in that sense. And I do not like the Giants jersey, so I'm going to go Commanders.
My man picked because he didn't like the jerseys. That's wild. TJ, who you
I'm going to go with the Commanders for the same reason. They're kind of trending up, and the Giants, they're just a train wreck.
They're just trending flatline.
Yeah, they're just trending. They're not even trending, are they?
They're just trending. It's just a bad direction.
Their jerseys. People are talking about their jerseys.
I don't even want to put that picture in my mind.
And
Feel like I
Malik
was watching a
Neighbors,
high school hockey team when I saw the highlights, but
right?
didn't watch the game.
Hey, if you need a quarterback, start Jaden Daniels because he's about to run all over that Giants offense. Defense. Excuse
Probably
me.
throw all over them too,
Start
'cause their
Jaden
secondary
Daniels
not
in
good.
your fantasy because he's about to torch that Giants defense.
Ooh, if Giants put in DeVito,
Commanders?
it's over.
Commanders.
DeVito,
I'm going Commanders as well.
yeah.
Commanders all day. Commanders all day. And start Jaden Daniels in fantasy
Damian
because
says Commanders,
he is going to freaking torch that Giants defense.
Mhm.
and he says unless DJ gets injured or benched for DeVito.
Yeah, if DeVito comes in, it's over.
Daboll's already
It's still
stated
over
that
for the Giants.
Jones will start this game, and he has no intention of taking him out unless he gets hurt.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll move on. 0-1 Rams at Cardinals. This is a 4:05 game. TJ, who do you have winning this game?
I'm going to say the Rams because Sean McVay knows you get to 0-2 and you're pretty much it's a really tough climb to get out of.
Yeah. I'm going to say Cardinals are going to lose this game because the Cardinals have a toddler playing quarterback who cares more about playing video games than developing as a quarterback.
Hey man, they almost beat
Say
the
who you
Bills.
got.
They almost beat the Bills for like one quarter.
I eat Italian subs.
Almost
bigger
only
than-
counts as horseshoes. We're not playing horseshoes.
Kind of like horseshoes. I'm gonna go. I guess it's like I'll go Rams. I'll just go with the pack, but I think it's gonna be the Cardinals.
Well, then pick the Cardinals, bro. If you think
Why
it's the Cardinals,
not?
pick the Cardinals.
Then
Yeah. I mean, go with your conviction. You know
they
what I'm
just
saying?
have, they have to get Marvin Harrison going. This is a good week to get him going against the division rival. Just play off what you had going last week.
All I'm saying is Kyler Murray is more concerned with getting his sippy cup and gummy bears in between series than he is with what's going on in the field.
Gummy bear. Have you
Rodney,
had
who you
those
got?
gummy bears from Bucky's? Have you had the Bucky's gummy bears?
We have
That's-
Buc-ee's in North Carolina.
That's why you don't like gummy bears. You
I'll-
try some of those.
I'll go with the.
I didn't
I'll
say I
go-
didn't like gummy bears.
I'll go with the
I didn't say I
Rams
didn't like gummy bears. I just said that's what Kyler Murray is looking for on the side.
because
So
I,
they're worried
I,
about,
eat
what
Italian,
happened in the
I
game.
eat Italian subs bigger than Kyler Murray.
Danny DeVito does too. What is his name? Johnny DeVito? Billy DeVito? Jimmy
It
DeVito?
doesn't matter, does it really? He's a backup quarterback to
yeah.
Daniel Jones.
I'm
That's
not
all
watching
I know
this
about
game. I can tell you that much. I do like the Rams, I guess. I like Cooper
Definitely.
Kupp, man. He was the man 3 seasons ago.
T-
Matthew
that's-
Stafford was.
Arizona is going to be another team that's just going to struggle through the year. They're not going to be good.
Arizona's
Do you think
gonna
they're
be
drafting the
top 3
quarterback?
picks.
They should.
They should.
They
Yes.
100% should.
Did they just pay
All
Kyler?
right.
I think they
Nah,
did. They
it
pay
doesn't
him.
matter.
I think they paid him last year, right?
I think they can get out after this year or next year. I mean, you take the
They might,
penalty and you get out under a bad contract. That's what you do. Next game, 1-0 Steelers at
Oh, yeah,
0-1
sure.
Broncos.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Steelers because I don't believe in the Knicks or the defense or the offense right now.
Why do you say that? What
I'm
makes
gonna
you?
go Steelers.
What do you see that makes you not believe in Bo Nix?
The fact that he had over 40 throws and less than 200 yards.
Bro, that's how I look at
The
Madden.
way he,
The first game.
the way he
The
did not
second
read,
game.
the way he did not read well because I actually watched part of this game. He looked rushed and hurried in the pocket. He looked nervous.
Yeah, of course.
It
It
looks
was
like
his
the
first
game
game
is
in
a
the
little bit
NFL.
fast for him right now. But that's why I
It
don't
was his
believe
first
him.
game in
You
the
ask me
NFL.
why I don't believe him.
At
I
the
tell
end
you,
of this,
you
at the
agree that
end
these
of
things
this
are
year,
happening, but you're mad because it's your guy. But that's the truth.
No, I'm just saying.
Denver needs to bolster that offensive line. That's what at the end of at the draft at
Yes,
this
it
coming up
will.
draft.
If you're
Nick-
trying to throw 40, 50 times, you definitely need a great offensive line.
Well,
to
that's
sit
no,
there and
that's what
hold
I'm
them
saying. The thing that's going to do Denver in today is the offensive line. The Steelers and TJ
up.
Watt
TJ Watt. Oh
and
man.
all these. The Steelers defense is gonna. Bo Nix is going to be running for his friggin' life.
running.
Steelers defense, the offensive line is what's going to do Denver in today. They won't be able to handle it. I'm picking the Steelers. Simply
right. You said the Broncos, Bobby?
Denver's offensive line is just going to be overwhelmed. They're not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, gosh,
I like Bo Nix. I like the athletic ability, but he has no offensive line in front of him. He was running for his life last week. If the Broncos know what's good for them at the end of this year, they need a right side guard and a left tackle.
How many offensive touchdowns did the Steelers score last week?
What's up?
How many offensive touchdowns? How many offensive touchdowns did the Steelers score last week?
The same amount of wins the Broncos got last week.
Exactly. We still got Pat Surtain on that other side too to catch those balls that Justin Fields is just ever so graciously going to throw up in the air. We still got a defense back there, so we still got a chance to get some defensive points too.
The trenches is the problem though, and the trenches is the issue.
I anticipate. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be more of an emphasis on focusing on one specific running back to get them their carries and get them in a mode and get them going, as opposed to trying to split between.
I would agree. I would agree. This game is going to be won and lost in the trenches. Whoever does better up front is going to win the game.
I'm going Broncos all day, but not because I'm a homer, just because if I didn't care for the Broncos, I would not watch this game. So that's just how I feel about it. They both.
I'm not gonna be watching. That's for sure.
I do.
They both suck. So we're not gonna say.
I do like Bo Nix though, and I think if you protect him, if Denver gets an offensive line in the draft next year and they bolster it up front, Nix should be fine.
His process, let him calm down. Kid's a rookie. Oh, he looked nervous in his game. Yeah, kid's a rookie. Let him calm down. We're looking at year 4, year 6 players going, oh, well, maybe they'll catch on. Maybe they'll figure it out next year. So let's chill out. Let's see how the NFL goes. It's a long season. So
out of all the rookie quarterbacks, Bo Nix looks the best so far.
He looked as good as Caleb Williams.
That is crazy.
I don't trust Caleb Williams.
Jaden Daniels ran for a few touchdowns because he had to. He looked great. Jaden Daniels has great decision-making skills.
No. Daniels leaves the pocket way too fast. He makes one read, then takes off and runs. At least Bo Nix can go through the reads.
RG3 2.0.
He doesn't produce anything when he goes through them. Production should matter. Like, come on, man.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah. Let's give it a few more games and we'll see.
No, I'm not saying that he won't do it by week.
AJ Brown is out.
But I'm saying week 1 for week 1.
AJ Brown is out. Hold on now.
Who's ever down there coaching Jaden Daniels needs to teach him to slow down and stay in the pocket and make the read, because you can't just make one read and take off and run, because teams are gonna crush you for it. At least Bo Nix is willing to stand in the pocket, make a read, and take a hit and deliver and try and deliver a throw.
All right. So Damian says the Rams. Shawnee says Sprouts gummy bears are better.
And then I gotta try them.
Shawnee also says Connor's still the man there. Good point. Damian
I'll say this though. I'll say if Denver can slow up the run game.
All right, we got to move on from Denver, but we got to get through these other games.
You can't you make the Steelers one-dimensional, that game's over.
All right, so Shannon Sharp. So Shannon says, so Damian says Shannon Sharp still has a better game than Kyler Murray. Laugh out loud. We're not going in there, Damian. We're not doing that. No.
I'm just going to make my pick real quick. Steelers, because Broncos are like the Panthers 2.0. Come on now.
Oh, Steelers are like the Panthers 2.0.
Steelers D.
Steelers got Tomlin. I'll give you Tomlin.
You got TJ Watt, you got Cam Hayward, and you got Alex Highsmith. You ain't stopping all of them.
All right, so Shawnee says Nix is going to be struggling.
The Steelers have an innate ability to make chicken soup out of chicken shit, which is which is like they could have the worst team on the planet and still get 7 wins.
Still get a winning record. So
Yeah.
I give them that.
Says they need to try and get the running going, but they won't.
Yeah, that's
Damien says Steelers only because I need the 5th round pick to be a 4th. Laugh out loud. Michael says Evan Ingram is out. We'll say the other comment until we get to that game. All right, and then Damien says the Broncos screwed up letting Justin Simmons go. I mean, if he didn't want to be there, there's no point in being there. That's my take on any player.
He wants to win. You want to win, right? He hasn't made it to the playoffs his entire time playing. You want to try to go where you can, and that's understandable. Especially if they're not going to pay him. It's either pay me, or win, right? Right. So I get it. Like,
all right. So we'll move on. We got the 0-1 Bengals at the 1-0 Chiefs. Bobby, who do you have winning this game?
The Chiefs by like 40. It's not even going to be close.
All right, Sid, who you got winning this game?
Oh man, what did freaking Jamar Chase just come out? Jamar Chase just come out and say the AFC goes through me or something like that. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing. But he
better play better than last week.
I thought that was the hottest take I heard all week. But yeah, man. I mean, but y'all know me. I hate picking the AFC West. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Last week one team didn't play that great, and they beat the Ravens. The other team didn't play that great, and they lost to the Patriots. Chiefs all day.
Patriots. Oh man, I forgot about that game.
I agree with TJ basically just said everything I feel. And also, I want to point out that T. Higgins, he's doubtful, so he's probably not going to play. So you don't have T. Higgins. Jamar Chase is still getting acclimated because you decided you didn't want to do nothing until you got paid.
They still got Slim Shady.
Now you're back. So, So that's my thoughts on that. All right.
So T. Higgins isn't playing? T. Higgins will not play?
Slim Shady.
He's doubtful right now, but he was doubtful up until game time last week. I have him in fantasy. And then the son of a biscuit eater didn't play, and I didn't have anybody to put in because all my other guys had already played. Games had already started. That's okay. 8 p.m., 8:20 p.m. Yes, I'm going Chiefs. I thought it was obvious, but yes, I'm going Chiefs.
How do you spell Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Lost.
Not chefs without the I. Yep. All right.
LOSS.
8:20 p.m. NBC Universal. Chicago Bears 1-0 on their defense because their quarterback is more worried about his fingernails than playing quarterback and learning how to read defenses, which he didn't do in college either.
You got to prioritize, man.
With the rookie of the year, nobody argues that. And they look pretty solid in week 1. The Texans. I'll make it simple. I'm going Texans.
Yeah. So we're not believing the hype. We think, come on, we're already out on Caleb Williams.
TJ,
I was never with Caleb Williams.
Thank you.
I'm going Texans all day. CJ Stroud, obviously. Come on, man.
Come on now.
Williams has no offensive line. 0. Still.
And no ability to read defenses either.
Nope.
So you combine those two things?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Where you going, Bobby?
The happiest guy that was on the Chicago roster last year is not Caleb Williams, is Justin Fields.
Chicago's about to lose this game by double digits, and I mean like big double digits.
And I think we were all like, we got spoiled by CJ Stroud last season, right? We all kind of finally saw what we think we want to see when we see a quarterback drafted early, right? And we're still seeing it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going Texans too. And then you add more to it with Stephon Diggs, and then you just get a whole offseason to put it together, and now you're just rolling. Woo!
DeMeco Ryans is a really good coach. Isn't he a
defensive coach too?
He's a defense. Yeah, he's a
so it just meshes so well. You got your offense rocking and rolling. You already know you got your defense on point. I'm not saying they're going to go undefeated, but man, I believe in the Texans in a lot of games than none, for sure.
Their schedule too is very favorable. The Texans could have a really good year, like really good.
So, yeah, agreed. Said Texans, correct?
Yes, sir.
I think we're all on board with the Texans.
We're gonna go to the final. Yeah, we're gonna go to the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. You got the 0-1 Atlanta Falcons, 8:15 p.m. traveling to Lincoln Financial Field to play the 1-0 Philadelphia Eagles, who, as Michael did put in the chat, will be without A.J. Brown due to a hamstring injury. He will be out.
How bad is the hamstring? Multi-game or just
it's
this
not
one?
bad. It's precautionary. It's precautionary at this point. They're going to see how he feels next week. Hamstrings.
All right, so this is just being like, all right, sit out this one game and we'll reassess.
Honestly, I'm going to be 100% on my opinion. Obviously, my opinion, but I'm going to be 100% on it. This is where Michael said it earlier. I'm going to be 100%. Here's the thing. You're playing against the Falcons. This team looked really bad in week 1. You're one of our cash cows. But because we're smart, we have another number 1 receiver already on the roster. So against the Falcons, who we're probably going to have to execute a run-heavy game plan anyway and use the tight end, because they do have good corners that can cover. They have good secondary. So you're going to have to use your tight end across the middle, your third receiver, run the ball, those type of things really to get over on Atlanta, right? Atlanta had a bad week last week, but we know it's not going to be every week. And they have Kirk Cousins playing in prime time. So while he'll probably look a little bit better, he's going to give us 2 easy. So this would be the game if I was looking and saying I got a guy that's hurt and he may need to miss a game or his injury might get worse. This is a game I would definitely sit him out, especially if it's A.J. Brown. I just think that's what the Eagles are doing. I'm still picking the Eagles to win. I may go down on my expectations of how many points we'll score because you can now key on Smitty and take him out, Devontae Smith, and take him out of the game. So you'll need your tight end, you'll need your other receivers to step in. So now we'll probably start the rookie.
Who's the Eagles tight end? Who's their number 1?
Goddard.
The same guy was been for like 5 years. That was
Goddard, right? Goddard, right? I'm making sure. Goddard, right? Dallas Goddard.
Right? 1 million.
I got a better answer for you, Bobby. The guy we drafted the year after we beat you in the Super Bowl, Dallas Goddard.
Oh, jokes.
That's all right. You guys can have your 1. I'll take my 6 any day of the week.
We'll take that 1, and you took 1 from us, so we should have 2. And that's why it's always hot body liquid straight out of the front part on the Patriots every day of the week. TJ, who you got?
I have the Eagles winning over Atlanta just because Kirk Cousins doesn't seem to do well in prime time, and the Eagles are the better team, point blank, even with the injuries.
Here's the Eagles. The Eagles are going to run all over Atlanta. I think they're going to run the ball a lot this game. I think they are going to run the ball 30 times this game.
Okay, you got Eagles.
I think Jalen Hurts is not going to have to do much work at all. I think they're literally just going to hand it off, let that offensive line do their thing, and run it all over them.
They're going to run with Saquon 30 times. Jalen Hurts going to run like
combined. They're going to combine. They're going to have 30 rushing attempts this game, and they're going to run this. They're going to run it all over.
Oh man,
I like it.
They're going to run Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going to have another good game on the ground, and they're just going to run this. They're just going to run this clock out. Basically.
Lightning twice.
I think
Saquon hurt.
I think Hurts is going to have 1. Hurts is going to have a rushing touchdown. Saquon's going to have 2, and
we might even get one out of Kent Gainwell.
I want to see Gainwell out there because I picked him up, hoping to see.
I'm telling you, dude, the Eagles could have 200 plus on the ground, combined between everybody rushing the ball. They could have over 200 on the ground.
I'd like to see a couple of Will Shipley carries in this game. Let's see what Will Shipley got. But yeah. So say who you got.
And honestly, they don't need AJ Brown to beat the Falcons. The Falcons are a bad team.
I'm going to the Falcons.
Okay.
For 500.
All right.
Well, this is because I'm looking at the plays, man.
You would pick Atlanta.
I'm expecting Drake London to open up this game. I mean, Bijan, man. Bijan's right there. Bijan is just as good as Saquon Barkley. Bijan is just as good as Saquon Barkley. Huh?
You expecting Drake London to open up on big play slay?
He has to, because I don't care who he's playing against. This is the last chance I'm giving to Drake London before I drop him from my team.
You forget how good the Eagles' front seven is. It's good.
And then you forget about Quinyon Mitchell, because if Isaiah Rodgers should be playing. Actually, he broke his hand the last week of training camp, and that's why he didn't start last week. But he's cleared, so he should be playing. So that means he's going to go back to his side. Quinyon Mitchell's going to go back to the slot, and then you're not going to get the dude who Green Bay targeted over and over and over again last week. He's going to be sitting on the bench where he should be.
The Eagles front seven's going to eat this game.
Kirk Cousins is a sniper, though. Honestly,
not in prime time, sir. Not in prime time.
You're right. Maybe
I know.
That's why he chose to change his scenery and go to where he was in.
But
a little warmer.
In Washington.
We all know
either.
We all know
Washington never really wanted him.
We all know how bad Cousins looks when the spotlights are the brightest. That's a weakness, dude. That's a weakness.
He doesn't believe in the Falcons, man. He's just mad because nobody picked the Broncos, but he's just picking against our team. That's all. He's just mad.
Damn right.
So Johnny says, Smith is my dude Monday night. I have Smith in one league. He just got definitely promoted to wide receiver 1 for this week.
Well, yeah.
Shawnee also says, I was hoping McLaurin would be more involved. I think he will moving forward, Shawnee.
He couldn't block.
Daniels just got to get right, and that'll take a little time. Shawnee says, Boswell, most accurate kicker in the league.
More accurate than Aubrey?
75.
75?
Yeah.
This guy's score predictions are all over the place. I don't know.
So Damien is one of the guys that supports all my shows. I'm going to shout him out. He's always hops on and supports my shows. He has a tendency to exaggerate, we'll say, from time to time.
I'm with it. I just don't know.
That's a freaking understatement.
By 75, though, I don't know if they can win by 75, Damian. I don't. He might be a Chiefs fan.
No, he's not. Shawnee says Jamar Chase says that he will not try and renegotiate his contract at all this year.
Because they were like, yo, bro, you should have took it. You should have took it.
Before E.
It's LOSS.
So Shawnee says, I before E said laugh out loud.
Yeah, for LOSS.
He says, why are we playing primetime games?
That's for the Bears game?
Games. Yeah, he's a Bears fan. I like to watch primetime games.
The picks, right? I guess it's bragging rights, really.
Yeah, even if the Bears are still a good primetime game, you know? Don't discriminate. So everybody's some love.
Yeah.
Shawnee says Texans Dale more involved. Bears D only highlight. Dale's not going to be more involved because you brought yourself out Diggs.
Because they got Diggs. Thank you.
You basically said the other dudes are going to get less touches. If we don't give Stephon Diggs enough touches, he will tear the field up, fight everybody, cut some people, and all that. So
that's why he got the touchdown. I don't care if they were short yardage. Why do you think he got the touchdowns? Because he gets his regardless. Why are they going to bring him in? Tank Dell is great. Don't get it twisted. He is a great third option now, which is an amazing luxury for CJ Stroud to have for sure. No. Texans by $1 million? I don't even know. I've never seen the team. I don't know. This guy.
Damien said Eagles.
After he said Texans by $1 million, I don't know if I can believe him on the Eagles.
Then he says Dally God.
Yeah.
Michael Carpenter says just Han Dotson stepping up. He needs to. Hopefully he does. Shawnee says Eagles Bond go to Merck Cousins. That could happen. Bond was playing crazy last week.
How did the
Saquon red zone? Shawnee says.
Yeah.
Damien says, football fantasy question: Bears defense or Eagles defense?
Eagles.
Are you
Is that
for
even a
real?
question? I
Are
mean,
you for real?
I would
Johnny has the proper
say
answer. Eagles.
Bears defense is gonna have some chance to get some highlights, right? Like we did just mention
I mean,
all
every
those
defense has a
receivers.
chance to get highlights. Like,
Yeah,
everybody's got a chance.
not
Not much
every
of a chance,
team.
but a chance.
Yeah, not
All right,
every
guys.
team. Yeah.
We're at 1 minute and 25 seconds. So we're going to take a minute each. A minute. Any let me get this correct. Make sure I get this correct. One question heading into week 2 and beyond. One question that you have for any team or anything in the NFL. One question, week 2 and beyond. Sid, we'll start with you. One question.
Yeah, Broncos. Shawnee Payton, why in the world can San Francisco go pull guys out of the locker room off the street and Pop Warner football, put them on the field and get 200 rushing yards, and we can't even stick to one running back, more than 10 carries? I want to see one guy, specifically Javonte, at least in 20, 25 carries this week, and let's see what we got and then go from there. That's my question. Why can't we run?
All right, Bobby. That's actually a good question. So I like that, Bobby.
So, what does it have to be for your team, or can it be any across the NFL?
No, it'd be any team in the NFL. Anything about the NFL.
All right. Can the Patriots score more than 16 points this week? That would be excellent. I'd love to see the offense. Actually perform because 16 points isn't going to cut it. So can we please put more than 20 points on the board? Please.
I'm going to answer Damien's questions real quick. He says, why do we have 2 games on Monday? Damien, I don't know about a second game on Monday, bro. TJ, your question, sir.
Report came out earlier that Justin Fields is expected to not only start this week, but next week. My question for Mike Tomlin is, can you just please name Justin Fields the starter? Why is it so hard?
Because he's Mike Tomlin. That's why.
Why is Russ wearing his pads and stuff on the sideline if he's inactive?
I like that, TJ.
He was actually he was the third emergency last week. So,
why are you the third emergency if you're inactive? What?
So, my question, I'm going to do different from everybody else. Everybody's talking about their team. There's questions I can say about my team, but I'm going to actually stay in the city I am in, Charlotte. Can Bryce Young show that even with this lack of line, a lack of talent, that he is a NFL caliber quarterback this season? It's a question. Say you can't answer the question. It's just a question.
Oh no, I'm not. I had something in my face.
Whatever.
Really, dang.
Nah, you don't think he is. I mean, I'm just asking the question. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel about him. I don't have any attachment. I just think it's something interesting to look at. The number 1 pick from last year. If he can show some gains, not saying he's going to turn into CJ Stroud or anybody this year, but can he show some gains and look better than he did last year? That's my question. All right, I'm probably going to regret doing this, but any last words, guys, before we get out of here for the week? Again, before we do that, thank everyone for tuning in. Everybody that checks out the replay, everybody that shares the show, likes the show, loves the show. It's on several different places. We got it on Sports Wave. We got it on Shady Sports. So if you're watching on any of those, if you're watching on the pages that people had attached to this, any of that, we appreciate you. Make sure you check out, if you're watching on Shady Sports, make sure you check out Sports Wave Network's YouTube as well. If you're watching on Sports Waves Network's YouTube, make sure you check out Shady Sports as well. Appreciate these gentlemen that are on here. We have guys from Shady Sports here. We have guys from Sports Wave here. We came together to try to give you guys a good, rousing, fun pregame show, previewing the games, talking about some other things, and all that good stuff. So now, again, to my better judgment, any last words from anyone? So if you got them, throw them out there.
It is against your better judgment because
it is.
Yo, Come talk fantasy football with us over at Shady Sports tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time and every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Fantasy Football Reports. So find us on Shady Sports Network. And then, of course, come back and join us next Sunday here.
Yes, sir. Anybody else?
Enjoy the rest of your
Always,
day,
man.
man.
We always appreciate the fans. You know how we do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, I guess it was a bad judgment this time. All right, good people. I have so many places that I'm not even going to try to go, but basically every day but Tuesday, you can find me somewhere. If you follow me on Facebook at Cool McCain, at Cool_McCain on IG, Twitter, or X, or whatever the heck you want to call it now, at Cool McCain. I'll post all the stuff that I'm doing every day. But hey, you guys enjoy your football. Still got a few minutes if you want to hear the talking heads give you some ridiculous picks and set you up for the games. We'll try to keep things to around between an hour and an hour and a half for you guys, so that still gives you time to check out other things that you may want to before the game, set your fantasy lineups, get you a drink, get to where you got to go, all that good stuff. For Shady Sports Network, for Sports Wave Network, your boy Cool McCain, TJ said, and the Wild Beantown Breakdown Man itself, Bobby. We'll catch you next week.
We appreciate y'all. Everybody enjoy the